Thank you, Denver. And thank you, Kobe, so much for that wonderful acknowledgement. I think that's really helped calm my nerves a bit, so thank you for that. So, connection. This is the theme of my presentation today, and what I'd like for you to start doing is by closing your eyes. I want you to think about the band AC/DC. Think about what a music lover, somebody who loves ACD, what does that fan look like? Think about their gender. What are they wearing? What kind of hairstyle do they have? What kind of shoes are they wearing? Open your eyes. Now, what you've just done now is a coping mechanism that all humans do. We put people into boxes to help us with survival techniques. We think, all right, well, this person looks like this, therefore they might behave this way, therefore I will not or will interact with them. So my story of connection today is about music, not AC/DC, but my favourite genre of music, emo music. I'm glad I got laughs. I was hoping there wouldn't be crickets. So I am a massive emo music fan, and I have been for over 12 years. And one of my favourite bands was touring America when I was in America a year ago. And for the 5 weeks that I was there, I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Am I going to see this band? They're not coming to Perth. I need to see Panic at the Disco. So I made the decision I was going to go by myself. I wanted to draw the attention of the lead singer because I love him, and I wanted to create a sign. The trouble is that I was going to the baseball the same evening, and the baseball Dodger Stadium wouldn't allow me to take in a sign. So I reached out to the online community, and I found a person who said, yep, no worries, I'll take your sign for you. So on my way to the baseball, I met up with this stranger, and I dropped off a sign to him, and I went off to the baseball, and a few hours later, I caught up with him. Here's my sign. So if you're the person that went, woo, I hope you get my reference here. Awesome. So the power of connection brings people together from across the world. I was by myself going to this venue with thousands of other Panic at the Disco fans, but the person that it brought me to was art. Now, looking at us, you wouldn't think that we would be people that would connect with one another. Art has recently turned 40 years old. I'm 27, so we've both gone through our emo phases at different times. But the power of how we can come together based on what connects us rather than what makes us different is what this forum is all about. And Art and I still talk, and as a result of me wanting to share this story with you, I found even more connections with him. He also is a passionate advocate for people with disabilities, for inclusion. He has a younger brother with a disability, and we both love all kinds of different music. There's so many things that bring us together than superficially looking at what an emo lover might look like, and I held back on my eyeliner today. I really wanted to do it. But if we take away those superficial things and the things that we do that are our immediate thoughts around what a person looks like, there is so much depth. So what I want to do today is there are volunteers from Inclusion Solutions out in the crowd. Each of them have a ball of yarn, and I have challenged myself to connect with 180 of you. So what I'm going to do, I had to do that because Denver called me the boss. It was a deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a series of questions. If the question on the screen is something that you connect with me on, I'd like you to raise your hand, and one of the staff members is going to pass you a ball of yarn. So hold on to that and pass it on to the next person who has their hand raised. Now, my first point of connection when I'm looking for connection is this question. Who's visited 2J? Awesome. Cool. Throw them around if you need to. And Inclusion Solutions volunteers, can you raise your hand for me once you've got everyone connected? Okay, great. Yep. All right, we're going to move on to the next question. If you haven't gone to 2J, you should. It has the biggest Christmas shop in Australia. Who loves brunch? You can raise your hand again. Okay, next question. Who loves to dance? That's all right, I think people are. I don't know what my can. Maths at school. Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos. Oh, thank you. Who loved maths at school? I don't. Who has a niece or a nephew? Oh wow, that's a lot of us. Okay. So, is there anybody that I haven't connected with yet? Okay. Oh, all right. So the people that I haven't connected with yet, these questions are for you. Have you played hockey before? Okay, so we'll make sure that we get the string to those people, please. Who is in love right now? Oh. Are we connected yet? Can we get one to this lady here in the middle? All right, am I connected to everyone now? Everyone? Okay, awesome. I'm going to flick through my questions. I didn't think I'd get through them this quickly. That's awesome. So I wanted to leave it on passionate about social inclusion. I was thinking, well, we're all going to be on for that one. But my final one, who was happy with the result of the 2018 Grand Final? Now, as you can see, in just under 5 minutes, we've connected. I've found a connection with all of you. But how do we find that connection when a person isn't as open and as willing to be vulnerable as I just was? So I want to take you through the 5 B's of being connected. Step 1, Be approachable. And what I mean by this is we're all people that work in communities in some capacity. So if we're trying to break down those barriers towards inclusion, how are we being approachable for that person? Are we dressing in a way that makes us look like we're on the same level as them? So if we're going to work with a sporting club, are we going in our corporate attire like what I'm dressed like now? In my heels and people going, probably don't want to interact with her. So thinking about those things. Looking at our body language as well, because the words that we speak are only 8% of the way that we communicate. It's more about our body language and our emotion. The next step, be present. We live in a digital age where we always have our mobile phones in our hands. Put them away for a moment. Think about how you would like to be treated. Do you want somebody picking up the phone? You have to be completely there, listening with cause, listening to find out what that person is telling you. That leads me to be empathetic. So I touched on 8% of our communication are the words. 38% of that is around emotion. So for a lot of us, we go into a community and we think about what we think they need or what we know that they want. Let's put that aside and sit down and listen to what they're telling us. Be empathetic to their experiences. Find out what their barriers are to inclusion from their perspective, because every single person is completely different. Be open to connection. As I said, I'm very open to connection here today. I wanted to work with you all to find that connection. But we need to break down those judgments, get rid of those unconscious biases that we have, and be open to connect with one another. And finally, be proactive. So we've had this interaction, then follow up within 48 hours with an email, a phone call. Hey, it was really great to meet you. I hope you enjoy the Eagles game on the weekend, what we connected on. So making sure that we do that. Social inclusion is a human right, and you all have the ability to enable that right to occur through connection. Thank you.